Welcome to another video for you with new stories from Ethiopia and Sudan. Firstly, where is Ethiopian PM Abiy? It was the 8th of July when he shared his last social media post. More than a week ago, he addressed Ethiopian parliament. Since then, he is nowhere to be seen. Where is he? Now, pro and anti PM Abiy camps are sharing speculations about PM Abiy, that where he is. Second news story is about detained Tigrayans in Afar region of Ethiopia. Thousands are in detention there. A video is being shared showing dozens of graves. It is being claimed that these are graves of Tigrayans who died of hunger and starvation in Semera, Afar. Thirdly, Oromo Liberation Army has captured dozens of government soldiers. We have a clip for you. This is the first time that we have seen such a large number of government soldiers taken prisoner by Oromo Liberation Army. Meanwhile, intense fighting is being reported in central, southern and western parts of Oromia between OLA and government forces. Fourthly, we have a new story about a singer from the Amhara region of Ethiopia who has been arrested reportedly. And lastly, it is being claimed that Ethiopian and Sudanese governments have reached an understanding that movement of all armed groups in border areas must be eliminated, that no armed group will be allowed to operate in border areas. It is being said that this understanding, this agreement could be a blow to Tigray fighters who are operating on Sudanese soil. We'll have a detailed look at this development because it is being said that Eritrea, Sudan and Ethiopian government of PM Abiy, they have reached an understanding. How true are these claims? Firstly, viewers, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed, is nowhere to be seen. On the 8th of July, he shared his last his last Twitter post, and after that, he was seen at Ethiopian House of Representatives. He delivered a speech there, he took questions, and since then, he's been missing. He's nowhere to be seen. Where is he? Is he in Ethiopia or outside Ethiopia? For the last 3 days, pro-government activists and journalists have been claiming that PM Abiy has gone to front lines, that once again he's leading his troops from the front. But we have not seen any pictures so far. Where are the front lines? These are front lines, war front lines are in Oromia, in southern, central, western parts of Oromia. We have not seen a single picture, video or statement of PM Abiy confirming his presence in central, southern or western parts of Oromia. But these pro-government, pro-PM Abiy sources maintain this position that PM Abiy is in Oromia. And some other activists, anti-government, anti-PM Abiy, they are claiming that PM Abiy is not in Ethiopia, that he is out of Ethiopia, he is receiving medical treatment. Some are saying that he is in the UAE, United Arab Emirates. We don't have any solid information about PM Abiy's whereabouts, but his absence is mysterious. We never saw in recent months PM Abiy disappearing from the political scene for so many days. For around 10 days, he has been missing and he is nowhere to be seen. He is the Prime Minister of this country. Who is running this country now? If PM is nowhere to be seen, then who is the in charge here? So questions are being raised, but government has not spoken about it. No statement, though in recent days we have seen press briefings by Ethiopian Federal Communication Ministry, but so far no statement about rumors and speculations about PM Abiy's whereabouts. We could not confirm his presence in Oromia. He might be there. If he is leading government forces in Oromia, of course his location will not be revealed. His location will be kept secret. So he could be there. Maybe in coming days or coming hours, we will try to tell you the exact location of the PM Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia. Second news story is about detained Tigrayans. Thousands are in detention in different parts of Ethiopia. More than 8,000 are in detention in Semera, Afar. Human Rights Commission of Ethiopia of Daniel Bakele a few days ago confirmed that thousands are in detention at Semera, Afar, and most of them were residents of Abala, but they were forcibly shifted from Abala to Semera, Afar, and they are living in poor living conditions, diseases, and lack of access to medical care are being reported at these refugee camps. Human Rights Commission of Ethiopia a few days ago urged the government to release these Tigrayans who are civilians. They are not fighters. Government says they were removed from Abala because there were security fears there. They could have come under attacks. That is why they were removed from Abala and they were put in camps at Semera, Afar. Question is, will they be released or not? How long will they be kept in detention? And today a video was shared showing dozens of graves. It is being said that the video is from Semera, Afar, and these are graves of dozens of Tigrayans who died of hunger and starvation and disease in Semera, Afar. We could not geolocate this video. If this video is from Semera, it should be investigated. Who are the people who were killed, who were buried in Semera? Were they Tigrayans? And are large number of Tigrayans dying of hunger and disease in Semera, Afar? Watch this clip, which is said to be from Semera, Afar, where thousands of Tigrayans are in detention. Thirdly, viewers, this is the first time that Oromo Liberation Army has captured large number of Ethiopian government soldiers. Dozens have been taken prisoner by Oromo Liberation Army. We have a clip for you. Before showing you this clip, the clip is from Vashava zone of Oromia. Now, what we have confirmed is that intense fighting between Oromo Liberation Army and government forces is underway in different parts of southern, western and central parts of Oromia. And much of this fighting is in rural areas of these zones of Oromia. I have received several graphic videos showing a large number of government soldiers killed, OLA fighters killed as well. I can't show you this graphic content. That just shows how intense is the fighting between OLA and government forces. Meanwhile, today we saw pictures showing Debre Birhan, Addis Ababa road closed. The road has been closed, some say for security reasons, and individual vehicles are not being allowed to enter Addis Ababa, to travel from Debre Birhan to Addis Ababa. There are fears that these vehicles could come under attacks from Oromo Liberation Army. That is why these vehicles are stopped in Amhara region. Then convoys of vehicles are allowed to travel to Addis Ababa. Some say Addis Ababa government is trying to stop the movement of Amharas into Addis Ababa. But the road, Debre Birhan, Addis Ababa road remained closed. Vehicles were stopped from entering Oromia from Amhara region of Ethiopia. Once again, another confirmation that in border areas, OLA, Amhara border areas, there is ongoing fighting. In Gindabarat, once again, we received reports about armed escalation between OLA and government forces. In Guji, in several parts of Oromia, heavy fighting is being reported, videos, pictures being shared, but government says that OLA has been weakened, its commanders are on the run. Watch this clip showing dozens of government soldiers taken prisoner by OLA. Reportedly, the video is from Vashava zone of Oromia. Fourthly, viewers, we have a new story from the Amhara region of Ethiopia, where more than around 2 months ago, government forces launched a crackdown, a military offensive on armed Fano militia. Since then, thousands of Fano fighters, supporters, activists have been arrested, and those who are supporting Fano, they've been arrested too. Today, a singer was arrested in Motta. Motta town is in Amhara region of Ethiopia. And here we have seen heavy clashes between government forces and Fano fighters in the last 2 months. Some Fano fighters were killed as well in Motta. I did some videos on killings in Motta town of Amhara region a few weeks ago. Now, reportedly, a singer has been arrested in Motta town of Amhara region. His name is Yemeche Nigus. Yemeche Nigus, you can see his picture on your screen. Singer of a song, Hagera Amobegin. He has been arrested. Security officials arrested him. Question is, why was he arrested? So far, government has not clarified why was he arrested. Thousands of others were arrested in Amhara in recent months, and government has not shared details. But human rights organizations, they have confirmed that thousands have been arrested. They're in detention in the Amhara region of Ethiopia in an attempt to contain, to control Amhara Fano militia, whose main commanders are on the run. Zamina Kasi, Masrisha, and other top Fano commanders are on the run. Lastly, viewers, Sudan Ethiopia border for months. Since last year, we can say, we have been receiving reports that Tigray fighters are being trained, armed on Sudanese soil, and Ethiopian government, Amhara regional government, they have spoken about alleged TDF trainings on Sudanese soil. In several statements, both regional and federal governments accuse Sudan that Sudanese army was backing and arming Tigray fighters, and Tigray fighters have carried out some attacks as well from Sudan, a side of Sudan-Ethiopia border, on Ethiopian government forces. Just a few days ago, they attacked Barekht settlement. Then before that, they carried out an attack through Matimma in Amhara region of Ethiopia. Now, reportedly, it is being claimed by some sources that Ethiopian and Sudanese governments have reached an understanding. The two governments have decided that no armed group will be allowed to operate in border areas. Yesterday, a Sudanese army announced the reopening of two border crossings between Ethiopia and Sudan, Matimma and Kalabat. They have been reopened. Kalabat was closed a few days ago when some Sudanese soldiers were killed by an Ethiopian militia. Then we saw Sudanese army launch artillery strikes on Ethiopian territory, and Kalabat was closed. Matimma was closed before that, I think. Now both border crossings have been reopened, and reportedly Sudanese and Ethiopian governments have held some talks. After these successful talks, border crossings have been reopened, and in these talks, understanding has been reached that no armed group will be allowed to operate in border areas. The question is, will Sudanese army stop Tigray fighters from carrying out attacks on Ethiopian forces after this agreement? That remains to be seen. But several Eritrean, Ethiopian news sources, unofficial, private news sources, they are claiming that it's a blow to Tigray fighters who are on Sudanese soil, that they won't be allowed to operate in border areas. We'll have to wait and see. We're not in a position to say now what's going to happen. Is Sudan going to stand with Eritrea and Ethiopian governments? That remains to be seen. If Sudan decides to man the border, and if it decides to stop the operation of all armed groups in border areas, it could definitely be a blow to Tigray fighters. Thank you for watching.